Second shot opportunity. Gasol passes to Butler. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's McCallum. No good. Some solid defense from Butler.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
6 to shoot. Noah with a screen on Miller. And it's Rose missing.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
That doesn't go either for Rose.
Well, what was supposed to be the triumphant return for Derrick Rose a year ago quickly turned into another nightmare season. Finally returning from that torn ACL in the 2012 playoffs, he managed only 10 games before tearing the meniscus in his other knee. Just devastating. We obviously hope that Rose can come back and put in a full season.
There's 1:54 left now here on the second. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And stolen by Miller. Here's McCallum. Nice D from Rose.
Boy, you take a look at Rose, who was extremely patient in trying to get back to being on the court, and then he fell victim to another devastating knee injury. A terrific blow for him personally and certainly for the team and the city. But fortunately, the surgery did manage to keep all of his meniscus, which provides a better prognosis as we move forward.
Timeout called by the Kings. And Steve, now for Derrick Rose. How will his game adapt to having surgery now on both knees?
Well, he might not be quite as explosive, and maybe that's a good thing if his breakneck style was too much for his joints. But, you know, the mental side of it, that's what I look at. I mean, after missing basically 2 whole seasons, how is he going to bounce back?
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Hollins is checked in. Gay comes in for Carl Landry. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Ray McCallum. And it's Collison in for Miller. The drive by Collison. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Darren Collison could be the fastest player in the NBA with the ball in his hands. Westbrook, Parker, obviously in the conversation as well. But boy, Collison, the son of 2 track stars, he is just explosive.
And Collison loves to use his quickness at both ends, a blur in transition, Clark, and defensively, he'll hound you for the full 94 feet.
Well, again, we've talked about this before, Kevin. You've got to play to your strengths. He's a little undersized, but as they say, speed kills, and he looks to make the most of his speed.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, a close partnership between Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau and center Joakim Noah. Noah said, quote, "The way each of us sees the game can be totally different, but he'll fight anybody to win, and I will too." Noah says Thibodeau's changed too, adding, "He's opened up a lot more, asking how we're doing, what we're thinking." Kevin?
They're really the backbone of that team. Thanks, Doris. They set the pick. Brooks kicks to Mirotic. And he gets it to go. Mirotic has got his first points of the game.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. McLemore, no good.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Bulls lead by 19. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Check out the game for Dunleavy. 10 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants. Well, starting last season, just about the only thing that didn't change for the Kings was the city they play in. Sacramento fought off a strong bid from the Seattle ownership group, and instead, a new group bought the team but kept them in Sacramento.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Sacramento. Up front it's Thompson and Cousins. McLemore is out there with Collison. And it's Gay in the small forward position.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
And you know, you look at the turnovers in Sacramento last season, new ownership, a new GM, a new coach, extensive roster turnover as well. They might have needed name tags to identify each other.
2 shots.
And speaking of the new ownership group for the Kings, Shaquille O'Neal last season signing on Steve as part owner, bringing some cachet.
Not to mention Hall of Famer Chris Mullin brought into the front office as an advisor, so the Kings adding experience and prestige to their team.
Brooks dishes to Mirotic. Out to Brooks. Takes the three. Good on the shot. Brooks has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
And the Kings shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Here's Cousins. Shoots a 3. The Bulls leading by 23. Here's Heinrich. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Kirk Heinrich in his 12th season out of Kansas. Remember covering this guy in college. Still a quality defensive combo guard. At 6'4", tremendous IQ and anticipation really helps him at the defensive end. And he's, I think, a little underrated offensively, too.
Offensive rebound. Thompson. Off with the layup.
Boy, a sluggish, muddy start to this second half. Still scoreless. That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Gay kicks to Collison. And Heinrich riding the magic carpet all the way to the other end.
Well, the lead isn't getting any smaller. I mean, this is an incredibly well-rounded performance for this club on the road.
You know, that's the thing, Steve. To dominate as they have in front of a hostile crowd, really impressive.
Collison kicks to Gay. They get it again. Here's Thompson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Not the guy you want to see taking too many free throws. Last season, his numbers among the worst in the league.
And you know, with his free throw percentage being where it was last season, it changed the way teams defended him. I mean, there were no easy baskets. He was going to get fouled anytime he got near the rim. They were going to make him earn his points at the line.
Gibson setting the pick for Heinrich. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, they've played terrific basketball at both ends, and that's why this lead is totally out of control.
Really been an almost flawless game for him, Steve. No doubt about it.
And here's Gay outside. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, the score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Evans comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Carl Landry is subbed in for Thompson. An even 3-on-3 break. Brooks with it. 6 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Caspi, who's checked in for the Kings. So for the Bulls. Sacramento's getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Landry no good. Here's Chicago. A 14-2 run over the last bit. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Lets it go from deep. No good. So the Kings will take it the other way. To the middle. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Andre Miller, one of the best dime droppers around.
Here's Rose. He has 6. .35 seconds left in the third quarter. And he gets the bucket. Rose has got 8 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
And the Bulls with possession. They're on a 16-4 run right now. Noah with a screen for Rose. And the release was before the...
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Here's Rose.
Well, jersey advertising, an idea that had been bandied about for a long while. Last season, in lieu of that, the league tested out advertising on the court apron for the first time, as well as a small ad on the top of the backboards. So the league, of course, always looking for new revenue streams.
On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler at the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in the small forward. Chicago's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And Steve, you mentioned the apron advertising. It's only being allowed for locally broadcast games.
And I think that makes sense, Kevin. Viewers probably see it more than they would see stitching on a player's jersey. And I think keeping the ads off the court and the players is a good line to draw.
Here's Rose. Nails the baby hook.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Williams, that's for 2. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got 4 rebounds in this game. Dunleavy for 3. It's hauled in by the Kings. Ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Butler.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
The Kings shooting just 31% in the game. It's deflected. Here's Hollins. No luck. To the paint. And now Sacramento on the break. No good. Some solid defense from Butler. Bulls have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Gasol. That 3 off the mark. For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Hits, count that one from Stauskas.
You gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
This one for 3. And the Bulls with another miss. And Gasol gets it to go.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.